All over loudly crying face Kody Brown arrested. Kody cheated on Meri. House sold for $2 million. Sister wives TLC. Hello friends, I am Elena. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Kody Brown, once the patriarchal figure of TLC's sister wives, finds himself in a maelstrom of controversy that's reverberating far beyond the show's loyal fanbase. What began as a reality TV depiction of a polygamous family has unraveled into a real-life drama filled with betrayal, legal troubles, and shocking financial decisions. The latest chapter in the saga is hard to believe. Kody has reportedly been arrested, accused of infidelity with another woman while still technically married to Meri, and recently sold off one of the family homes for a staggering $2 million. For years, viewers watched as Kody navigated relationships with multiple wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robin. His journey was messy, emotional, and full of both love and chaos. But what was once seen as a man committed to maintaining his large and complex family is now being seen in a very different light. Kody's public image is in tatters, with betrayal and scandal staining the legacy of sister wives forever. The first shockwave hit when word of Kody Brown's arrest surfaced. According to several insiders close to the family, Kody was taken into custody following an altercation involving property disputes and alleged misconduct during a public incident. Though details remain scarce, the event was witnessed by several passers-by who reportedly filmed parts of the incident, clips of which quickly began circulating online. The footage sparked an outpouring of reactions, from shock and confusion to outright anger and disappointment. Fans who once sympathized with Kody's struggles to balance a complex family dynamic were now grappling with a new reality. Legal trouble has never been a major component of Kody's storyline, until now. The arrest marks a steep fall for someone who once prided himself on being in control of his destiny, his wives, and their many children. But the arrest wasn't even the biggest bombshell. Around the same time, Meri Brown, Kody's first wife and longtime emotional battleground partner, confirmed long-held rumors Kody had cheated on her. For years, Meri had stood by him through thick and thin, even after their spiritual marriage turned into more of a distant friendship. Despite their many issues, Meri never publicly accused Kody of infidelity, until now. According to Meri, she discovered undeniable proof that Kody had been romantically involved with a woman outside the family, all while maintaining the public appearance of commitment. The betrayal reportedly occurred while the family was still dealing with the emotional fallout from Christine's departure and Janelle's growing distance. In Meri's own words, "I gave him everything and he gave me secrets." That statement has haunted fans ever since. The revelation destroyed any remnants of trust Meri had left. She has since cut off all communication with Kody and taken steps toward completely separating herself from the Brown family drama. Public sympathy poured in for Meri, who many feel has suffered in silence for years under a relationship that rarely offered her emotional support or genuine love. Kody hoped to find refuge in material assets. Those two have become part of the fallout. In a move that shocked everyone, it was revealed that Kody sold off one of the family's most iconic homes, a property once cherished by the wives and children, for $2 million. The decision came abruptly, with no public discussion or involvement from the other wives. Many fans speculate that the sale was driven by mounting legal fees or an attempt to cash out before potential lawsuits or further legal trouble catch up with him. The house, located in a high-demand area with panoramic views and custom features designed for the large Brown family, fetched top dollar. While the sale might look like a win financially, insiders say the money has become a major source of division within the fractured family. Janelle and Christine were reportedly blindsided by the sale, having considered the property a future legacy for their children. Even Robin, who was once viewed as Kody's most loyal partner, is said to be emotionally exhausted and questioning her role in what remains of the family. The financial strain doesn't end there. Legal experts suggest that if the cheating allegations lead to legal action or if more charges stem from the arrest incident, Kody could find himself in serious financial distress. Public opinion has turned sharply against him, with fans calling for TLC to end his involvement in sister wives altogether. TLC has remained relatively quiet on the matter, but industry insiders believe the network is in crisis talks about the future of the show. With so much real-life turmoil, the once-beloved series may no longer be salvageable. Kody's personal downfall has become too dark and controversial for what was once framed as a heartfelt exploration of unconventional love and family unity. Meanwhile, Meri, Janelle, and Christine are finding strength in one another. Though they've each endured their own heartbreak with Kody, the three women are reportedly closer than ever. Christine, who now lives in Utah with her new fiancé, has offered support to Meri, encouraging her to finally pursue happiness beyond the shadow of polygamy. Social media has exploded with support for the women, particularly Meri, who many view as the ultimate survivor in this saga. Messages of empowerment and encouragement flood her comment sections, as fans express their hope that she will reclaim her life and identity outside the confines of a failed marriage and a broken system. As for Kody, the road ahead is uncertain. Once the central figure in a reality TV dynasty, he now faces legal scrutiny, public condemnation, and total alienation from the very family he tried to build. Whether he will return to sister wives, seek redemption, or fade into obscurity remains to be seen. One thing is clear: the Brown family as fans once knew it is gone. What remains is a cautionary tale about ego, betrayal, and the consequences of living life under constant public scrutiny. Cracks that viewers noticed over the years have widened into chasms too deep to repair. The fantasy of plural marriage has turned into a nightmare for many of its participants, and Kody Brown, once the orchestrator of it all, is left to face the aftermath alone. Kody Brown, the controversial patriarch of the Sister Wives franchise, has finally come forward with raw honesty after over 3 decades of public and private marital turmoil. In a recent candid interview, Kody laid bare the real reasons his once-praised plural family came crashing down. What he shared shocked longtime viewers and exposed a painful truth that had been brewing behind the scenes for years. Kody began by acknowledging how his initial motivation for plural marriage was rooted in faith, tradition, and what he believed was a higher calling. But he also admitted that he was not prepared for the emotional complexity that came with having multiple wives and numerous children. "I thought I could love equally. I really believed that. But I was wrong," he said. According to Kody, one of the biggest issues was emotional imbalance. "From the beginning, I had a stronger emotional connection with some wives than others. And I didn't want to admit that, not even to myself. But the wives knew. They felt it." He specifically pointed to his relationship with Robyn, the last wife to join the family. "When Robyn came into our lives, everything changed. I felt something with her that I didn't feel in the same way with the others anymore. That wasn't her fault. It was mine. I let that connection dominate, and the rest of the family suffered." Kody admitted that once he started prioritizing Robyn, it created deep divisions. "I was emotionally retreating from Meri, Janelle, and Christine. They saw it. I saw it. I just didn't stop it." He continued by opening up about communication breakdowns, especially with Meri. "With Meri, we had a connection early on, but it started to unravel after the first few years. We just didn't know how to communicate our needs. We avoided conflict instead of resolving it. That was a huge mistake." Kody confessed that he and Meri never truly recovered after her catfishing scandal. "When that happened, it was like a mirror was held up to our marriage. We were both so lonely. I wasn't there for her, and she looked for attention somewhere else. I blamed her for a long time, but now I realize I pushed her away first." When it came to Christine, Kody was brutally honest. She needed affection. She needed attention. She needed to feel chosen. And I didn't give that to her. I failed Christine the most because I assumed she would always stay no matter how neglected she felt. That was arrogant of me. Kody also admitted that pride and ego played a massive role in the breakdown of all his marriages. "I didn't listen. I thought I knew what was best for everyone. I didn't let the women lead in ways they were capable of. I made decisions for the family without really hearing them out." He acknowledged that polygamy amplified every problem. Every little issue becomes 5 times worse in plural marriage. Jealousy, time, finances, attention, it's all spread thin. And unless you're deeply committed to making everyone feel valued, it just doesn't work. Kody also reflected on the toll that reality TV took on their relationships. I don't blame the cameras entirely, but the show put a spotlight on things we can no longer hide. And we were performing a lot of the time. That's exhausting. We were all trying to hold up this image while silently breaking inside. Kody revealed that he used to avoid emotional intimacy because it was easier than dealing with the uncomfortable truth. Instead of facing things head-on, I'd bury myself in work or in parenting. I thought being a provider was enough. It wasn't. They needed a partner, not just a father to their kids. As for Janelle, Kody said their marriage was built more on friendship and mutual respect than romance. We worked well as a team, especially raising the kids. But I didn't nurture our connection the way I should have. Over time, the distance grew. She deserved more than I was giving. He admitted that favoritism played a bigger role than he ever acknowledged before. I was accused of favoring Robin, and they were right. I didn't want to admit it. But I spent more time with her. I listened to her more. That created resentment, and I didn't address it because I didn't want to face how much damage I was causing. Now, after years of personal reflection, Kody said he understands that honesty would have changed everything. If I had just said I'm struggling or I'm failing in this marriage, maybe we could have saved things earlier. But I kept pretending I could handle it all. Kody also expressed regret that his children were caught in the middle. Some of my kids are distant now. That breaks me. I let my relationships with their mothers interfere with how present I was as a father. I can't fix the past, but I want to rebuild those bonds. He ended his confession by stating that he no longer believes in the version of plural marriage he once championed. What we had, it wasn't sustainable. Not the way we did it. I still believe in love, but I no longer believe that one man can equally share himself between 4 women and do it well. I couldn't. And I won't pretend otherwise anymore. Kody's words marked a stunning shift from the confident, sometimes defensive man fans have seen for over a decade on TLC. For the first time, he wasn't blaming the wives. He wasn't defending polygamy. He was simply owning his part. Whether fans forgive him or not remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, after more than 30 years, Kody Brown has finally stopped pretending and started telling the truth. Christine Brown Woolley has long been a central figure in the Sister Wives world, and ever since her split from Kody Brown, she hasn't shied away from telling the truth, even if it contradicts what fans believed for years. In a recent interview, Christine finally revealed a significant lie that aired during Season 1 of Sister Wives, and the implications of her words are sending shockwaves through the fanbase. Christine admitted that the narrative shown in the very beginning, that the Brown family was living harmoniously as one big happy polygamist family, was highly misleading. According to her, tensions were already boiling beneath the surface before TLC ever began filming. She explained that what the audience saw was a carefully edited version designed to portray unity and peace, when in reality fractures and resentments had already started forming, especially between the wives and Kody. Christine disclosed that the storyline around Robin joining the family in Season 1 was framed as an exciting and spiritual expansion of their plural marriage. However, she now claims that Robin had been involved with Kody well before she was introduced on the show, emotionally if not physically, and that many conversations and conflicts about her were happening long before filming ever began. Christine revealed that Kody had been spending more time with Robin off camera, and this caused tension with the existing wives, who were not comfortable with how fast and secretively things were progressing. This directly contradicts what was shown to viewers, that Robin was a new and welcomed addition and that Kody courted her openly with the support of his wives. Christine emphasized that the producers were told by Kody to avoid focusing on any division, as he wanted to present the family as functional and close-knit. In truth, she said, by the time Robin officially came into the picture on the show, Christine already felt isolated and emotionally neglected. One of the most shocking elements Christine brought up was the portrayal of Meri's relationship with Kody. During season 1, Meri and Kody were described as having a strong foundation, with Meri even appearing to be the most supportive of bringing Robin into the family. But Christine claims this was not the reality. According to her, Meri had already experienced a breakdown in her relationship with Kody by that time, and her support was more about maintaining appearances than genuine approval. Christine further explained that many of the family discussions seen in early episodes were either reenacted or staged. TLC producers would ask the wives to sit together and talk about certain issues they had already discussed privately weeks prior, often encouraging them to smile, nod, or react in ways that kept the tone light and loving. Christine admits she often went along with it out of fear of looking difficult or bitter, even though she was already deeply unhappy. Another major fabrication she revealed was the timeline of her own emotional distance from Kody. On the show, she appeared content and even eager to help the family adjust to their changing dynamic. But Christine confessed she was already considering distancing herself emotionally from the marriage at that point. She knew something was wrong but didn't have the clarity or confidence to fully speak up. Christine's comments also addressed the false impression that the wives equally shared Kody's time. She said that even during season 1, Robin was being given preferential treatment. While the show depicted Kody dividing his nights fairly among the wives, Christine claims this was mostly for the camera. She and the other wives, especially Janelle, noticed that Kody would often find ways to spend extra time with Robin under the guise of helping her with her kids or giving her spiritual counsel. This favoritism was never acknowledged on screen, and Christine says it made her feel invisible. When asked why she waited so long to come forward with these truths, Christine said she needed time to heal and reflect. She didn't want to expose the lie while still part of the family unit, and she feared backlash. But now that she's remarried and free from the weight of polygamy, she feels empowered to be honest. She said viewers deserve to know that what they watched wasn't the whole truth. Christine's bombshell confession is making fans reevaluate everything they thought they knew about Sister Wives Season 1. Many now believe the show was less of a reality documentary and more of a polished presentation designed to normalize and glamorize polygamy. The producers, in Christine's view, were complicit in pushing this narrative, even when the emotional reality for the women was far darker. She also touched on her personal guilt, that she went along with the lie, smiled for the camera, and pretended things were fine when they weren't. She said she often wonders if her silence contributed to the suffering of other women who may have stayed in toxic plural marriages because they believed the Brown family's version of happiness was possible. According to Christine, the moment that made her realize she could no longer lie to herself or the public came during a rewatch of Season 1 clips. She said it was painful to see her younger self smiling and pretending to be okay while knowing what she was really going through. That was when she decided it was time to come clean and expose the truth behind the carefully managed illusion. Kody Brown, the controversial patriarch of the Sister Wives reality series, is once again stirring drama, this time by shifting blame for the family's ongoing financial troubles onto one of his ex-wives. In a recent off-screen discussion and indirect statements made to close sources, Kody has strongly implied that one of his former wives is responsible for the disarrayed financial situation the Brown family now faces. Unsurprisingly, the finger-pointing has reignited tensions within the already fragmented family unit and left many fans questioning Kody's motives. Kody has been under intense scrutiny since multiple marriages within his polygamous union fell apart. With Meri, Janelle, and Christine all having officially left the marriage and only Robin remaining, the family structure has crumbled, both emotionally and economically. What once looked like a tight-knit polygamous household now appears more like a scattered group of individuals trying to recover from emotional and financial burnout. And yet, Kody seems unwilling to take full responsibility for the collapse, instead placing the burden squarely on others. Most recently, he's allegedly hinted that Christine Brown's decision to leave the marriage was the primary trigger for their financial downfall. According to Kody's version of events, Christine's exit left a financial hole the family has struggled to fill ever since. He claims her decision to sell her home in Flagstaff and relocate to Utah disrupted the family's long-term financial plans. Kody has reportedly stated that Christine's departure not only reduced the family's income but also forced a number of hasty financial decisions, some of which he now regrets. But critics say Kody is missing the bigger picture. Christine's choice to walk away from the marriage was years in the making and rooted in emotional neglect and a lack of support. She made it clear she no longer felt valued or respected in the relationship. She even voiced concerns that Kody prioritized Robyn and her children over the rest of the family, a sentiment echoed by Janelle and Meri. Given these circumstances, it's unfair and even hypocritical for Kody to now accuse Christine of financial sabotage when her departure was arguably a consequence of his own actions. Financially, the Browns have never had an easy ride. The family's move from Las Vegas to Flagstaff proved to be a costly one. The purchase of multiple homes, the failure to develop the infamous Coyote Pass property, and the mounting expenses of maintaining several households have drained their bank accounts for years. Longtime viewers will remember that the Browns frequently faced money problems even during their early TLC seasons. Yet now, Kody seems intent on rewriting that history to place blame elsewhere. Even more eyebrow-raising is that this isn't the first time Kody has redirected blame. After Janelle's exit, he hinted she wasn't committed enough to the family vision. With Meri, he suggested they were never a good match and their emotional disconnect was mutual. Now with Christine, he's added a financial twist, accusing her of disrupting the group's fragile economy. Critics argue that instead of engaging in introspection, Kody consistently deflects blame to his ex-wives, painting himself as the misunderstood, burdened leader. Meanwhile, Christine has been thriving post-divorce. She's relocated, re-established her independence, and even found love again. She's also maintained a solid relationship with her children and fans, many of whom applaud her bravery in leaving a toxic dynamic. Her decision to put her emotional well-being ahead of a crumbling family structure is seen by many as admirable, not damaging. What's more, Christine has continued to support herself without relying on the family's pooled finances. She's pursued solo media projects, brand endorsements, and actively contributes to her own household. By contrast, Kody's current family with Robyn is reportedly still facing financial pressure, especially with legal fees, house payments, and their portion of the Coyote Pass land sitting idle and undeveloped. Many Sister Wives fans believe that the financial chaos is a result of Kody's mismanagement over the years. Instead of making strategic decisions, Kody frequently acted on impulse, buying homes in Flagstaff without selling previous ones, committing to property developments without actual progress, and splitting family resources unevenly. His favoritism toward Robyn has been a repeated theme and appears to have influenced both emotional and financial choices. One example that stands out is the large home Kody bought with Robyn, while others in the family were left to rent or live separately. Kody justified the decision at the time by saying it was a necessary investment, but many saw it as a signal of his shifting priorities. That financial choice alone alienated other wives and caused significant tension. Janelle, who was once considered the financial planner of the group, even voiced concerns about the way funds were being handled behind the scenes.